15 innings. This game was insane. An absolute marathon. Edge of my seat for 5 hours for this game. We got to break this one down. It was such a great game, a historical postseason game. Going back to the beginning, Tarek Skubal versus George Kirby. Both were phenomenal in this game. You can't take away from that. I mean, but kind of forgot how good their performances are with how long this game ended up going. So going to be a little quick just so we can get through this. We got 15 innings to go through. So Carpenter leads things off with a single. Torres strikes out. Riley Green reaches on a fielder's choice. Torkelson strikes out. That ends the top of the first. Bottom of the first, Randy Rosarena grounds out. Raleigh singles. Rodriguez strikes out. And Polanco strikes out. End of the first inning. Top of the second, quick 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. Keith grounds out. So does McKinstry and Dingler. Bottom of the second, Eugenio Suarez strikes out. Naylor doubles and steals a base. He was active in this game, and he's going to score on a Mitch Garver sac fly. Early 1-0 lead for the Mariners, looking to get to the ALCS for the first time since 2001. Victor Robles strikes out, moving on to the third inning. Meadows grounds out, Baez strikes out, Carpenter with his second hit of the ball game, and Gleyber Torres strikes out with a runner on. Bottom of the third, 1-2-3 inning, Skubal strikes out the side. Crawford, Rosarena, and Raleigh. Top of the fourth, Green's going to ground out. Torkelson lines out. Colt Keith is hit by a pitch. And then he's caught stealing second base. That ends the inning. Bottom of the fourth, strikes out the side again. Skubal is on in this game. Rodriguez, Polanco, and Suarez this time all swinging. Top of the fifth, a 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. McKinstry grounds out. Dingler and Meadows strike out. Lots of strikeouts in this one. Bottom of the fifth, 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners. Naylor's going to line out. Garver strikes out and Robles flies out. Top of the sixth, we get some action. George Kirby is about to get pulled from the game. He gives up Baez. Baez hits a double and then he's pulled. Pretty big decision to make that. I have that on my game notes. George is pulled after 5 innings and only 66 pitches. His line for the day, 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 3 hits, 1 run that we're about to see, and no walks. Spire's going to come in, lefty, Kerry Carpenter. The Tigers opt to leave him in the lineup, and it pays off. 2-run home run. It gives the Tigers a 2-1 lead late in the ball game, or what should have been late in the ball game in the 6th inning. Carpenter was phenomenal. We'll get into his stats for the whole game in a little bit. After that 2-run home run, Torres is going to ground out. Same with Green. Brash is going to come in and he gets Torkelson swinging. But the score is 2-1 Tigers. Bottom of the 6th, Skubal strikes out Crawford, gets a Rosarena to pop out, and Raleigh strikes out. 6 innings, strong innings from Skubal. He was absolutely on it tonight. Top of the 7th, 1-2-3 inning. Keith strikes out, McKinstry lines out, and Dingler lines out. Bottom of the 7th, that ends Tarek Skubal's day. He was phenomenal and historical in a couple of ways. 6 innings pitched, 99 pitches. We all know he could have gone longer, but I think with the situation, hindsight being 20/20, you maybe let him finish the inning because of what happens in this one. But he had the 13 strikeouts, which is the most all-time ever in a winner-take-all game. And at one point, he had 7 in a row. That is the most strikeouts in a row ever in a postseason game. Ever. So he was historically amazing for the Tigers tonight. He only gave up the 2 hits, 1 earned run, and no walks. So Kyle Finnegan's going to come in for the Tigers. Julio Rodriguez flies out. Polanco walks. Suarez flies out. Naylor singles. And then Garver is going to pinch hit. They're going to bring in Holton, and then Rivas comes in. And Rivas comes in clutch on his birthday. An RBI single ties the game 2-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Victor Robles is going to ground it to a fielder's choice, and the game is tied going into the 8th inning. Top of the 8th, Meadows grounds out, Baez flies out, and Andres Munoz comes in for the Mariners. looking to get a couple of innings in here. He walks Carpenter and Torres. So we have 2 on and 2 out, but he gets Riley Green to pop out to end the top of the 8th and any threat. Bottom of the 8th, Will Vest comes in, Tigers closer. He gets Crawford to fly out. Randy Arozarena hit by a pitch, and then Raleigh and J-Rod both strike out. Top of the 9th, Torkelson strikes out, Keith lines out, and McKinstry strikes out. Bottom of the 9th, with Vest still on the mound, Polanco lines out, Suarez strikes out, Naylor singles, had a good game, and Rivas strikes out looking. Top of the 10th, we got Logan Gilbert on the mound, starting pitcher for the Mariners. Probably was going to end up starting game 1 on Sunday. Let's see what happens, going into the ALCS. But Dingler flies out, Meadows strikes out, and Baez flies out. Melton comes in for the Tigers. Robles, a leadoff double. Mariners fans are going nuts. This could be the end of the ball game in the 10th inning. J.P. Crawford pops out. Randy Arozarena strikes out. Cal Raleigh is intentionally walked, and Julio Rodriguez grounds out. Moving on to the 11th. Kerry Carpenter with his 4th hit of the ball game. He's 4 for 4 now, and he reaches second on a pass ball. The Mariners, T-Mobile goes dead silent. Glaber flies out. They intentionally walk Riley Green to try and get the double play. Torkelson flies out, and Colt Keith strikes out, ending any threat for the Tigers. Bottom of the 11th, Kaiser Montero comes in for the Tigers. 1-2-3 inning for him. Polanco flies out. Suarez pops out, and Naylor grounds out. Top of the 12th, Zach McKinstry leads things off with a single, followed by a Dylan Dingler single. 2 on, nobody out. They go to Bizzardo, who was phenomenal in his outing today. Meadows sacrifice bunt, 1-4. So runners on second and third with 1 out. Baez grounds in, makes contact, his bat shatters, and Eugenio Suarez throws McKinstry out at home, the potential go-ahead run. Great play. You got to slow the game down in a situation like that, and Gino did. So they're able to get the out. They intentionally walk Carpenter, who's been on base every time he's been at the plate, and then Gleyber Torres flies out, ending the top of the 12th. So lots of base runners, but no action. Bottom of the 12th, Rivas will lead off with a walk, and he'll reach second on an error by the pitcher. Melton tries to pick him off, and it doesn't, Montero tries to pick him off, and it doesn't go well. So runner on second with nobody out. Victor Robles hit by a pitch. It goes to review. It really looked like, in my eyes, that it should have been a foul ball. Now, I guess you could argue that maybe it hit his index finger first, but to me, it looked like it hit the bat and then it hit his hand. Either way, didn't matter. He's on first base, so it's 2 on and nobody out. J.P. Crawford flies out, and then Randy Arozarena grounds into a 1-4-3 double play. Montero plays the position well and gets out of the jam. Top of the 13th, strikes out the side, Bizzardo, Green, Torkelson, and Keith. Bottom of the 13th, Jack Flaherty comes in. We have another starting pitcher in the game, this time for the Tigers. And I thought the game was going to be done in this one because Cal Raleigh and J-Rod both walked. So 2 walks to start the inning, 2 on, nobody out. Jorge Polanco strikes out, and Eugenio Suarez grounds into a 6-4-3 double play, gets out of the jam. Moving on to the 14th inning. Zach McKinstry flies out. Dingler hits a double. Meadows strikes out looking, and they bring in Luis Castillo to get out of the jam, and he gets Baez to pop out. So we have another starting pitcher for the Mariners in this one. 3 starting pitchers. Bottom of the 14th, Naylor grounds out. Rivas strikes out. Robles walks, and he's caught stealing on a great throw from Dylan Dingler. 15th inning. The Tigers go down 1-2-3 as Castillo mows them down. Carpenter strikes out. Torres grounds out, and Green flies out. Bottom of the 15th, Tommy Kahnle comes in, Mr. Changeup. Immediately gives up a leadoff single to J.P. Crawford and hits Randy Arozarena. 2 on, nobody out. You've got to think that with all the base runners the Mariners have, this has to end the game. Cal Raleigh is going to fly out to center field, but it advances J.P. Crawford to third. They're going to intentionally walk Julio Rodriguez, and Jorge Polanco comes up with bases loaded, 1 out, gets to the full count, and hits a walk-off single to right field, ends the game. The Mariners are moving on to the ALCS to face the Toronto Blue Jays. That final score, 3-2 Mariners. After 15 innings, the Tigers scored 2 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 10 left on base. The Mariners, 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and 12 left on base. Luis Castillo gets the win. He's 1-0 in the postseason. He may be the starter on Sunday now. And Tommy Kahnle gets the loss, ends the Tigers season. A really obviously up and down roller coaster of a season for them. At one point being the number 1 team in the league to now losing in the division series and scraping in to make the playoffs. Player of the game, I mean, we could have gone a number of ways, but how could you not give it to Jorge Polanco? He had the walk-off single, sends the Mariners to the ALCS and their first playoff series win since 2001. The only other game note I had was Kerry Carpenter. He had the go-ahead 2-run home run, and he was 4 for 5 on the day with that home run and 2 walks. He reached base in all but 1 of his at-bats tonight. Also, 5 starting pitchers pitched in this game. Let's see how that affects the Mariners going into this championship series. And there were 37 strikeouts in this game. I thought that'd be the record, but the record's actually 42. That's crazy to think about. And then this is also the longest winner-take-all game at 15 innings. So an overall insane game, one for the history books, one for our memories as baseball fans that we're going to remember for a very long time. I cannot wait for tomorrow's Game 5 between the Brewers and Cubs. That's going to be an incredible game. Let me know in the comments, Mariners fans, you guys got to be ecstatic. What do you think the plan is going into this championship series against Toronto, knowing that you've used 3 starting pitchers in this game, and how you guys are going to be able to wake the bats up, because something's got to change going into this championship series. Tigers fans, don't pout, don't dip your head, keep your head up. You had a great season. Things didn't go well in the second half. This team's going to be right back next year. I think it's time to make a big free agency splash, though. So, thanks so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow for Cubs Brewers in winner-take-all Game 5.